Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Today's matchup features a very good defense. The Broncos are top 10 in fewest points allowed, and they'll be up against a Panthers offense that wants to prove it can do some damage. With that, let's get you out to Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis. They've got the call of this Week 9 matchup.
Okay, Larry, we are located a couple miles west of the Colorado State Capitol building here in downtown Denver. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Carolina Panthers and the Denver Broncos. And hello again, everyone. Brandon Guyton alongside Charles Davis. And, Charles, we look at this Bronco team. They come in riding high. Just one loss in their last 7 games.
It's a very focused team, very disciplined. They've kept the penalties to a minimum, and they're winning football games.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Panthers, whatever promise they had to start the season fully evaporated now as they come in losers of 6 straight.
And sometimes when you're in the middle of a losing streak, being on the road is exactly what you want. You can only depend on each other. Let's see if they can use that as fuel in this ball game.
And to no one's surprise here in Denver, that'll carry through the back of the end zone for a touchback. First carry now. This is Johnson. And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31. For Johnson, the numbers for his performance from last week, 20 carries, 88 yards.
And as we discovered in talking with the coaching staff prior to the game, going up against a team that struggled against the run has only emboldened them to run the football more. I expect 40 to 50 carries in this game.
And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 23 yards on the play.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that opens things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where it's caught at the 10. And he is down deep into Carolina territory. That one goes for 36 yards. So a big pickup that time. And Charles, defending AFC Player of the Week, maybe bucking towards another award this week.
Yeah, and they say they don't really care about the individual awards. You and I both know
they do.
It means a lot to them. It means respect around the league. And if he's able to show those kind of hands all game long, he can win a second one.
He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down. A 2nd down throw for Prescott. Flush to his right. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
Prescott on 3rd and 2. Flushed out right. He may try and run for this. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down. And now before they run this play on 4th and 1, we're going to get a break and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. Shaq Thompson not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9. Well, they miss an opportunity to put some points on the board on the opening drive. They pass on the field goal. What'd you think?
I'm looking at it from a positive standpoint for them. First drive of the game, they set the tone, right? They go downfield. They let them know how aggressive they're going to be all game long. Even though they don't get it, Because it's the first drive of the game, you're not that worried about it. Hey, we got plenty of other opportunities as this game moves on.
A big play there on the catch and run. 52 yards.
After that nice game there, for the rest of the game, the defense is going to have to respect the running backs as passing threats as well. Not just throw them strictly to run the football. They may be able to get downfield and catch it, too.
It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down. So they were able to put the pen to the paper this week, get this deal done, contract extension. And I'm sure that the coach's front office happy. He's got to be happy, too, though.
He's got to be relieved. He doesn't have to worry about moving now. Doesn't have to worry about not having a team. He's back with a team he's comfortable with and where he feels he belongs. Yeah, I think he feels pretty good about this whole deal.
To throw on second down is Newton. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Newton to throw. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Derek Wolfe in there to get him, and that's sack number 12 for him on the year. Partner, we had their game last week where they had 6 sacks, so a little bit more momentum here again in the first quarter.
And last week it appeared that they were coming out of sprinters blocks, chasing the quarterback. So how do they continue that? How do they keep making it happen? Different looks, different disguises, different angles that they chase it.
They were so disruptive last week. We'll see what the trend is here as we go forward.
Distance was never an issue, not in this mile-high air. But it doesn't matter what elevation you're at if you don't put it on target. And this one kind of takes off on him.
Well, they gave the 60-yarder a try, didn't make it, and now they're in a tough position defensively. This offense has it in midfield. A first down carry here for Johnson. And not going to be able to push this forward. He runs into a wall right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Prescott now from the 50. But now he's swallowed up and taken down. Shaq Thompson leading the surge there. He drops him for a loss of 6. He didn't get rid of the football there, took the sack, although that's easier said than done. He can't just chuck the thing sideways into the seats.
No, he really can't because you're not afforded total protection as a quarterback. You have to get outside of the tackle boxes as defined by the NFL, meaning wherever your tackles operate normally, get out.
Trying to find his tight end, Kelsey, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons, and they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. Draw play as Newton gives to McCaffrey. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
If you're the coaching staff upstairs, you might want to file that play away. Do you see how fast the safety closed on that one? Coming up in run support, made a big-time tackle. Might want to try and check into a pass next time.
Yeah, got him for a loss. Really, really great play defensively. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Now the former Gamecock, Spencer Lanning, on to punt it away. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. And Denver getting set to take the field. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the number 1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, That's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be at the end of the day, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference. And we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But, you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
He's got the hook up here to Deshaun Jackson. And he's brought down after a good gain. A very solid gain of 27.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Prescott, screen play, Johnson. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. They'll get 4 there out of the screen, and it's second down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
Now Johnson, and he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
To throw is Prescott. Eluding the pressure right. And some room to work. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver first down.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
Johnson running left. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. They'll try to throw now. Prescott escaping the pressure. Oh, Prescott stripped. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit and in this case, lose the football?
Should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the same play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
Don't forget about finding a lane there. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Probably fortunate he was able to hold on to the football.
On second down, McCaffrey. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2, now third down. And our statistician, Ben Ramsar, just held up 3 fingers to remind me he now has 3 tackles for a loss only in the first quarter.
Well, Ben's got it detailed perfectly. He always gives us the right stats. I'd love to be on the offense's headset right now because what you're...
Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety. Well, we thought these two defenses, they might come to play. One has already come to play here, a safety for the opening points of the game.
Brandon, let's file this play away because if it turns out to be a tight game, who knows? This could wind up being the difference.
So after that safety, now a free kick situation forthcoming as they punt it away from the 20. They begin the drive with Johnson. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
They face a 2nd and 7 to start things out. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Prescott now on second down. He's going to look deep for Edelman. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Julian Edelman, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos able to show off their quick strike ability. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense. Those are his numbers through roughly the first half of the season, and given that, you'd have to think he's on pace for a 1,000-yard campaign.
Steady as he goes, steady goes the offense. But you know what else is happening, too, because they are a team now recognized with the ability to run the football. You've got to be able to throw it better now, right? Better throwing lanes, better opportunities for the guys downfield, maybe more one-on-one coverage, which you should be able to beat easier. Yeah, he's establishing not just a tone, but an identity for his team.
And that's a discussion we had a couple days ago in the team meetings talking about this running. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
How about that? One of the so-called little guys putting the pressure on. That was the strong safety. When I was in college, we often called that a lightning blitz.
So now Cam leads the Panthers up following the sack. Carolina facing 3rd and long. A shotgun snap for Newton. A great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps him pick up the first. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. Now a play fake here on first down. It's complete right side to Benjamin. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Kelvin Benjamin, his 4th touchdown up. The year, and the Panthers are able to get this back within a touchdown. And they're back within a couple at 9-7 now. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Now this Broncos offensive unit ready to head back out onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And going deep and that's caught inside the 35. A huge play there for Denver. 41 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Denver has a first down on the 15-yard play.
Man, Defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
From the red zone now, Prescott. Throw left side, taken in by Hill. get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is to get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
On second down, Johnson spins by, and they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. That'll go as a loss of 5, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
Brandon, all that dancing and juking is great, but sometimes you guys just leave that on the ballroom floor. Put your nose down and try and gain some yardage.
Was one good move, but couldn't get anywhere. Tackled for a loss. On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Shaq Thompson in there to drop him for his 2nd sack now here tonight. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
So he splits the uprights there, and I would imagine it's nice as a kicker. Right when it leaves your foot, you know it's good.
Yeah, it's kind of like a golfer that picks up his tee after a nice drive without even watching it land.
Solid analogy. I like it. Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the 2nd quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call it in the West Coast offense, the long handoff?
Yeah.
Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. And he'll get only a couple up to the 22.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Here's Newton now on 2nd down. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Young. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there. If he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey. Not much there. Maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again, go play action, hit them over the top.
And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 6 on the play, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to him back.
On 3rd down, that's Edwards. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
3rd and 1, partner. No need to be fancy there. Just use some force and move forward and pick up the 1st down.
They go play action here on 1st down. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he goes out of bounds inside the 10 at the 9. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
To throw is Newton. Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. The Broncos say they have it. They do. And for how much Cam handles the football, he really doesn't fumble a whole lot, but coughed it up there.
And I know that a lot of people seeing that play, they immediately go back to the Super Bowl against Denver and Von Miller knocking it free from Cam. But I think you're exactly right. One of the underrated aspects of his game.
He's got a man complete. And all the way down to the 35. Now whistles here, and it looks like we've got a Panther that's having some difficulty down there getting up. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. Prescott on first down. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. No gain on the screen there. It's second down. Two minutes to go here in the first half. Back to Denver right after this. Coming up at halftime, remember, we'll get you out to Larry Ridley in Orlando for highlights and analysis of this first half. That is, of course, unless you decide to skip him.
And for the record,
and he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Star Latulele able to collapse the pocket and drop him for a loss of 3.
the amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Third and long for Prescott. Dancing to his left. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. And now we get a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball by the Panthers. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. It would be a very makeable field goal try from here, but instead they're going to go for it. Prescott from the gun. And it's complete to Kelsey. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. The decision to go for it pays off, and now they're set up first and goal. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this, or he keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
And this one gives his guys a 12-point lead. Now McManus on to kick this one off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure.
And the Broncos get there and take him down. Shaquille Barrett from his outside linebacker spot. He gets him down here for a loss of 4. final shot before the break. Newton. Caught. Safarian Jenkins, right side. And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. Well, Larry, I know it's late there in Orlando. This is a school night. Folks eager to get right back to the action here in the third quarter. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never wanted to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Newton now to throw. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Throwing on third down, Newton. And he finds Safarian Jenkins. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Derek Wolfe in there to drop him, and his great season continues. 13 sacks for him now on the year.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage will be found.
Newton. Oh, the ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Montravius Adams in there to bring him down for a loss of 7.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Second down, Prescott. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking for Julian Edelman that time. And that'll make it third down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
Prescott now. And this one is incomplete.
Well, no second guessing the call here. It was third and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. Here come the Panthers now, set to take over on offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. That incomplete, crisis averted, almost picked. Instead, second down.
My man's getting a little loose with the football there, right? Interception before, almost had one here. He's got to start taking better care of it.
Yeah, really should have been back-to-back drives with interceptions. He's lucky there. They'll give it up to McCaffrey. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Anunwa's got it, complete. Give him 30 yards there. We often, with Cam Newton, talk a lot about his legs. Don't forget about that arm.
He can throw it on a rope. He can loft it. He's got the touch that's been developed throughout his career. But the big part about just watching him throw it, it seems almost effortless.
This is Newton off the play fake to McCaffrey. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down. It will. On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Oftentimes when you're not winning at the point of attack for an offensive line, maybe they're getting out physical. Spread things out a little bit, make it more of a one-on-one blocking scheme. Then you don't have to win it physically. You just have to win it by position. That may open things up for your running backs.
And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. It's an 8-yard pickup, and that'll make it 3rd down. The Panthers on 3rd down. 5 out of 9 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Out of the gun, Newton. Got an open man, it's Anunwa. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a 1st down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. I don't think this will even, nope, it doesn't even get there. Well short, and this score will stay right where it is.
It's been a nightmare season. You're well under 500. Your defense hasn't really kept in a lot of games, and now it's spilling over to the kicking game. That's 3 points you've got to be able to bank on.
And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And he is knocked down from the side at the 46. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. On the ground, this is Johnson. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. That one good for 13 and a Denver 1st down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Off the play fake, Prescott. Forced out to his left. And he's got some space here. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Now a handoff, Johnson. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
On 1st and 10, Prescott being chased out left. And he slides to avoid the hit. That one good for 13 and a Denver 1st down.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Now Prescott, flush to his right, and avoids the contact by sliding. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
And that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable second and short.
A second down throw for Prescott. This will be caught at about the 6. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play. And defensively, they had an extra defensive back on the field, their nickel package, and it made a difference. All the receivers were blanketed, so he tried to run for it, but he came up just a bit short.
So the snap will come from the 3, but remember, they don't need the touchdown. They can get the first down if they get a yard, and the ball gets to the 2. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And he will score. Touchdown, Denver. Dak Prescott, a 3-yard touchdown run, and the Broncos will add on to their lead. Always important to get the first score in the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
And that one makes this a 19-point game. Now McManus on to kick this one off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Carolina getting set to take the field. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team, because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. Well, let's face it, we've been there, we've seen.
Accelerating, and off he goes. Past the 20, and all the way down to the 9. A big play there for Carolina. 66 yards. Nothing fancy there, a little smash-mouth football right up the gut on the dive, and it turns into a huge play.
You talk about the fastest way to the secondary. Right up the gut, as you described, and sprinted into the secondary for a long, long run.
And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 4 on the carry there. It's second and goal. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yeah, it's now second and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he takes it into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Panthers, they're able to draw a bit closer. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior. Big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
And now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up. Now another timeout called for by the offense. And that's going to leave them with just 1 timeout remaining still in the third quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt them. We'll be back. 10th carry for Johnson. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So, boy, that's already the third they burn here. They are out of timeouts now before we've even hit the fourth quarter. And now it's second down, but here's the field goal team out onto the field. This to equal Matt Prater's record. It's a 64-yard attempt. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. And that will extend their lead even further. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night, where the fourth quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the third quarter. Now McManus on to kick this one off. Here's Christian McCaffrey to return it. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried about being down on the scoreboard because now their confidence is a little bit higher. They feel like they've got something going, and they feel like they can attack again and put more points on the board.
Are you scoreboard watching if you're the offense, or are you just focused on this drive?
We wouldn't be telling the truth if we said that they didn't scoreboard watch. Everyone does it to some extent, but you've got to set it aside right now and just focus on this series. That'll take care of the scoreboard if they punch it into the end zone.
On first down, it's Newton. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
And he will find his man on the outside. And he's going to go out of bounds, taking it down inside the 25. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. He was looking for Quincy Enunwa that time, and that'll bring up second down.
That one didn't quite make it to the target, but that's not always a function of the strength of the arm of the quarterback, is it? Sometimes there's just too much pressure there. In any case, the ball doesn't arrive.
Now Newton. Room here to run. Open space inside the 10. Touchdown, Carolina. And now in a 9-point game, they'll still just need to go for one here. As this gets them back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And Denver getting set to take the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Prescott now on second down. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Kelsey, the intended receiver there, and now it's third down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. A good decision in the end to pull it and run. Gets him 9 yards and a first. That is an absolute backbreaker. That was a design passing play, wasn't a draw. You think you got him stopped, good coverage downfield, and he's able to pick up the first with his legs. Defensively, that kicks into your psyche and hurts a little bit, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and here's the thing. Anytime you give up a first down, it hurts you psychologically, but it hurts more when they get it this way because you've covered everything. He didn't have any place to throw the football. He takes off running and picks it up anyway, and now you have to stay on the field for an extra set of downs.
And really could have used that stop trailing here in the fourth. Now Prescott. The tight end Kelsey has it over the middle. And he takes this one all the way across midfield into enemy territory down to the 40-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
The play clock's running down. And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay.
Delay of game, offense.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. Now a play fake here on first down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
I like what they tried to do there. They didn't get a completed pass downfield, but they came off of a momentum play. Big-time gain on the previous snap. Came right back and threw one deep, hoping to catch them on their heels.
Second down following the incompletion. Play fake. Here's Prescott. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
The Broncos on third down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This will be third and forever. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. He is going to find Hill here. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A gain of 26 on the third down conversion. Well, there's your leading receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, putting on another clinic, well over 100 yards.
Are we taking notes? We should be, right? Because I'm going to go back and watch this tape and really enjoy what I'm seeing. The route running, competing for the football, just breaking down in defense.
No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
To throw is Prescott. That's out to Hill. Right side complete. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now, I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Well, just play after play after play on this long drive for the offense. On the toss, here's Johnson. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. The Broncos on third down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 7. Prescott. Flushed out right. He can run for it, and he will. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. First down and goal, the offense knocking on the door. It's a 5-receiver set, 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Throwing, Prescott, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Tyreek Hill, touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Broncos will extend their lead.
Well, that was absolutely ideal for them, wasn't it? Trying to salt this game away. I think one of my kids just graduated in the amount of time they had the football. That was absolutely impressive.
Everybody wants those salt away the game drives. What makes them successful?
Well, when you're able to mix run pass, when you're able to control the football and stay ahead of the chains, I'm using every cliche I know, but that's how you get it done because you're not taking negative plays, and that way you're able to run what you want to run when you get a chance to call it.
Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense. And the numbers for him, pretty solid, really. He's run it well. He's caught it pretty well, but they're still far behind the 8 ball on the scoreboard.
Not able to use his talents, as you noted, to narrow the gap in the scoreboard. Sometimes it's a bend but don't break, right? He gets his yardage, that's cool, but it's not paying off on the scoreboard. They're not getting the points necessary. And if you're a defensive team, you'll give up that yardage for the kind of lead they have.
That's what I was going to ask you. Sometimes you say, let this guy do his thing. Let's control what we can control elsewhere.
Yeah, exactly. Take away the rest of the guys. Don't let them hurt you as well. But the biggest one is they've contained him well enough that they've been able to increase their lead.
It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. And right now, defensively, you love that, don't you? I mean, you'll give them that play.
And they'll take it every single time. This is almost like nickeling and diming it downfield, and too much time's going to run off the clock.
Throwing is Newton, and he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. It'll be a gain of 16 and give him a first down as well. Working the side. There, good route, good catch, first down, and he gets out of bounds.
You have to like the play calling because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and incompletions to use the clock.
He's got his man on the crossing route. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Brandon Marshall in there to get him the 6th time they've sacked him tonight. On 2nd down, here's Newton. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Gave a glimpse of his quick feet and then taken down right at the 30. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. On 3rd down, Newton. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 22. And they finally put it into this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 37.
obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
Well, Prescott here to throw. Slant route caught by Edelman. It's a gain of 14 there, and that should be enough to get him home free. And they're going to speed things up here. Prescott looks to throw on first. On target over the middle to Hill. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It'll go as a gain of 12, and that should just about wrap this one up. A first down throw for Prescott. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. K1 Short in there to drop him the 7th time tonight. He's gone down. Well, I know at points in this one you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard. Your